Oatmeal. It's pretty much the champion of breakfast foods, right? The one thing we've all been told is a surefire way to a healthier heart and a longer life. But what if that warm, comforting bowl you have every morning is quietly working against you? Okay, let's get right into this because the truth is, it's pretty surprising. Just for a second, I want you to picture the bowl of oatmeal you had this morning. Seems like a great choice, a no-brainer for your health. But what you might not realize is that how it's prepared could be turning it into something that's actually fighting your health goals. And this is especially true if you're over 60. So what's this number all about? Well, it's pretty staggering. Studies are showing that over 80% of people who eat oatmeal every day are making tiny mistakes, mistakes that are actually canceling out all those amazing health benefits. 80%. That's a huge number. So you have to ask yourself, are you one of them? And this, right here, shows you the two sides of the coin. On one hand, you've got oatmeal as this incredible superfood. But on the other hand, with just a couple of wrong moves, it becomes a total sugar bomb that can wreck your blood sugar, make you store fat, and even cause inflammation. Our goal today is to make sure your bowl stays firmly on the left side of this chart. First things first, let's be really clear about something. There's a very good reason we all fell in love with oatmeal. When it's done right, it is an absolute powerhouse for your health. It really is a secret weapon. So let's just quickly remember why. The real magic here is something called beta-glucan fiber. It creates this gel in your gut that's just fantastic for grabbing onto that bad LDL cholesterol and pulling it out. It also keeps your blood sugar nice and steady. And on top of that, it's loaded with good stuff like magnesium and zinc, plus these unique antioxidants that fight inflammation and can actually help slow down the aging process. It's a true foundation for your health. Okay, but this is where the trouble starts. The first, and honestly the most common mistake, is accidentally turning this incredible health food into a bowl of dessert. Let's take a look at these hidden sugar traps. So here's how it goes down. You add a little sprinkle of brown sugar, maybe a drizzle of that maple syrup. It seems so harmless, right? But boom, you've just turned your healthy breakfast into that sugar bomb we were talking about. And that sends your blood sugar on a wild roller coaster, a huge spike followed by a massive crash that leaves you feeling wiped out, foggy, and, you guessed it, craving even more sugar. Now, the fix for this is so simple, and frankly, it's even more delicious. Just mash up half a ripe banana right into your oats. It gets super creamy and sweet. Throw in a handful of berries, and here's a great trick. A dash of cinnamon or a little drop of vanilla extract can make your brain think it's sweet without any of the added sugar at all. Oh, this next one is a biggie. You know those little packets, maple and brown sugar, apples and cinnamon? They're so convenient, but they are absolutely packed with hidden sugars, weird preservatives, and artificial flavors. Seriously, a single serving can have as much sugar as a donut. It completely cancels out all the good stuff. Really, the single best thing you can do is just start with a blank slate. Always choose plain, unflavored oats. Rolled oats, steel-cut oats, those are your best friends. When you start simple, you get to be in complete control of what goes into your bowl, and more importantly, what goes into your body. All right, so we've covered what to take out of your bowl. But now let's talk about the next big problem, which is all about what's missing from your breakfast. Have you ever eaten a big bowl of oatmeal, just oats and water or milk, and then an hour later you're already starving again? Yep, that's because you missed out on the single most important thing for feeling full and satisfied: protein. Without it, you're just setting yourself up for an energy crash, and over time, it can even lead to muscle loss. I just love this analogy. Think about it. A carb-only breakfast is like building a house without a frame. It might stand up for a little while, but inside, it's just weak and unstable. Protein is that frame. It gives your meal structure, and it keeps you feeling full, stable, and strong for hours. And adding that protein is so easy. You can stir in a spoonful of chia seeds or some chopped almonds. You could swirl in a big scoop of plain Greek yogurt. That makes it super creamy and adds a huge protein boost. Or hey, just have a hard-boiled egg on the side. That one simple addition totally transforms the entire meal. You know that old saying, you can have too much of a good thing? Well, it's definitely true for oatmeal. A lot of us think, hey, it's healthy, so I can just fill the bowl right to the top. But those oversized portions can mean a huge calorie overload, not to mention bloating and just feeling uncomfortable from all that fiber. So it all comes down to portion control. And the right amount is probably smaller than you think. A standard serving is just a half cup of dry oats. That's about 40 to 50 grams. And remember, that stuff expands a lot when you cook it. That amount, plus your protein and your fruits, is the absolute perfect formula for a balanced meal that will keep you satisfied. All right, last section. We've got the right ingredients, we've got the right portion size, but now we need to talk about how you actually cook the oats. Because these small details can make a huge difference in how your body uses all those great nutrients. Here's a quick roadmap to the perfect bowl. If you can, soaking your oats overnight in water is a game changer. It helps break down something called phytic acid, which means your body can absorb way more of the good minerals like iron and zinc. Then, when you're cooking, always start with water, not milk. This gives you a creamy texture instead of a sticky, gummy one. You can always stir in a splash of milk at the end. And please don't forget a tiny pinch of salt. It sounds crazy, but it seriously brings out the natural sweetness of the oats. Your goal here is to find that Goldilocks zone. Not too hard, not too soft, but just right. See, undercooked oats can be really tough on your stomach and cause some serious bloating. But if you overcook them into a mushy paste, they digest way too fast, you lose that feeling of fullness, and some of the key nutrients get destroyed. You want them to be soft and tender, but still have a little bit of texture. So, after avoiding all of those common traps, what does the perfect bowl of oatmeal actually look like? Let's put all the pieces together and see how we can turn your morning meal into the golden breakfast it was always meant to be. You know, it really just comes down to these 4 simple golden rules. Number 1, always start with plain, unflavored oats. Number 2, always add a source of protein and some healthy fat. Number 3, keep an eye on your portion size. That half cup of dry oats is the sweet spot. And number 4, just pay a little attention to how you cook it. That's it. And this really says it all. These aren't huge, complicated changes we're talking about. They're small tweaks, simple adjustments, but by making them, you completely transform your oatmeal. It goes from being a potential problem to being a powerful, powerful weapon for your heart, your blood sugar, and your overall health for years to come. So, as you think about what you're going to eat tomorrow morning, I want to leave you with this question. What's the one simple change you're going to make? Are you going to swap out that sugar for some fresh berries? Maybe add a scoop of Greek yogurt? Or just try adding that little pinch of salt? Whatever it is, your body is absolutely going to thank you for it.